Leas-Cheann Comhairle, Minister, first of all, I'm not going to be shouty at you because I want to work with you. I want to try and reach a solution where we're all going to be working together to try and make sure that people will be able to have their homes, whether they're building houses themselves, whether the local authority is building them, whether it's private people that want to have property and rent it out. We have to try and have a mix in Ireland. So far, the shouting and the roaring of opposition has failed. The workings of government have failed. So we need to look at this in a cold, hard, practical manner. One of the first things I'm going to ask you, Minister, is when are we going to stop the practice of TDs objecting to houses being built? Because it doesn't make sense for TDs on one hand to be saying we want houses and then the same TDs to be objecting to houses. That to me is a total opposite of what should be happening. And it has to be called out for what it is. And there's a lot of people looking at it and saying, why are TDs objecting to houses? That's one issue. The other issue is, in County Kerry, I want to talk to you about, for example, TII, and the way they're interfering, meddling, and sticking their nose into our business when young people want to apply for planning permission. There are farmers, because it is where their farm is located. It is on the side of, for example, the Ring of Kerry Road. And the only entrance that they can have is onto the Ring of Kerry Road or maybe a road off of it. And when that young person, that young boy or girl, who's getting up in the morning and going to work, they might be farming or they might be part-time farming, but they're not looking for you to do anything for them, Minister. What they want to do is get a piece of paper with planning permission granted written on it. That's all they want from the state. But what they're getting is TII sticking their big, horrible nose into their business. And it's not your fault, but I'm asking you to talk to the Minister for Transport who doesn't like houses, who doesn't like cars, who doesn't like anything. I'd say at this stage he doesn't like himself. I'd ask you that TII will have to be hauled in and told to stop writing their dirty, horrible observations, as they call them, which is an outright objection. The planners then that we are dealing with, and I want to thank the planners in Kerry.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's appropriate parliamentary language now in relation to a submission. You might just take it on board.
Well, thank you very much. But if it's a fact, if a person in TII writes a horrible, poisonous letter against a young, respectable person wanting to build planning permission, saying that in their opinion they shouldn't have the right to have their entrance onto the road, I'd actually say to hell with them and their dirty, horrible letter. And I'd ask them to do something more important, like build bloody roads and build bypasses and keep our roads and modernise our road networks and give up sticking their noses into planning permission.